And this is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Thursday, the 19th day of February. I'm Gordon Joseph, so happy to be with you once again, thanking God for life, health, and strength. Yeah. Good morning, good morning. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's do this. All right, it's Thursday. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercy and grace, which woke us up this morning, kept us safe throughout the night, for bringing us to a brand new day. We bless your holy name. We remain forever grateful for our homes, jobs, and families, and pray that you will send angels to protect us and our loved ones today. May you mend every broken heart, touch all who need healing, comfort all who mourn, and bless those with financial needs. In the precious name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. Tonton, good morning to you. Heinzo, good morning also. And Thursday's blessing. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And that's coming from James 1 and verse 12. Thank you again, Apostle. Thank you, Evangelist. Yep. Yolan Swan, good morning. Michelle Bernard, Jillian McIntyre, Monica Merus Williams, Joanne Brathwaite Batson, Mildred Smith, Veronica Sandy, Yulin Alexander. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Erlin, good morning. Petlin, good morning. Jennifer Colimo, Lovey, good morning to you. Hope everybody is fine. Yep. It is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way, of course. Nice. Can't sit down. I have a feeling we're going to hear the song again soon, eh? Trust me. I mean, we'll be here. You know, that's the theme song for the new national party, right? I just have a feeling election go call soon. I know. What do you think? Yeah. I think the wheels are being put in motion. Good morning, Lauren Salim. How you doing, my girl? Hope all is well with you. Yep. Good morning to Aaron and the guys at A&R Eatery and Bar in Pedmota. Good morning, Mary E. Bangs. Good morning. We on the road again, eh? Yeah, 23 minutes on to 7. The word of the day today, that word is confident. Confident. C-O-N-F-I-D-E-N-T. Confident. It means self-assured. Confident. Self-assured. C-O-N-F-I-D-E-N-T. Confident. Self-assured. She spoke confidently. Yeah, the Honorable Emmeline Pierre spoke confidently. Good morning to all the politicians, especially the females. Good morning. Hope all is well. Yulin, how you doing, my dear? You all right? Nice. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. So when you hear my death, gratitude is a must. You will know that the Lord has saved me. I am blessed as a heavenly warrior. Reminding us all that it is indeed a good day to have a good day. Pastor Benedict Newton and family, good morning. Nixon Fletcher, good morning. The Fletcher family. Bishop, good morning to you. Pastor Laurie, I hope all is well. Sister Narika, good morning. Good morning to the congregation. It is indeed a good day to have a good day. Yeah, the motivational tip of the day is up next. But this new song I sing, I'm singing. Approach challenges with a curious mindset. Ask, what can I learn from this? Yeah. Stay curious. Approach challenges with a curious mindset. Ask, What can I learn from this? What is he trying to teach me in this? What is he trying to show me? Yeah. Michelle Daniel, good morning to you. The folks inside of Golf Course, good morning. How do you do? Approach challenges with a curious mindset. Ask the question, what can I learn from this? If life serves you lemons, don't cry and say, oh, they're sour. Use lemonade, man. Make some lemonade with them. 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. While I'm still living, I'm not Soup, good morning. Well, I know two Soup, Soup, the bus driver in Budge Grove. Yep. I think he's driving HAP 601. And Mr. Michael Pierre. Well, I know two Michael Pierres too. Michael Pierre in Paraclete. Good morning to you and the family. The negative away. So when the devil angels come to play, and Mr. Michael Pierre in Apretut. Claire Williams, good morning to you. Peter Joseph, how you doing, bro? Hope all is well. You're coming home soon, right? When you come home, you have to come and sit down by me, right? Yeah, I'm certain you might be penning another book. As I'm saying that, good morning to Pastor Stevenson Warm. Rita Williams, good morning to you. The folks inside of Laborie, good morning. Scooby and Billy. And all the folks at the Legacy Sports Bar, good morning. What's buzzing this morning? West Indies win again, eh? All right, the U.S. places visa limits over Cuban medical work programs. Government appoints new board of directors to manage the Spice Mass Corporation for the period 2026 to 2028. And also the Ministry of Agriculture and the FAO are looking at ways to tackle one of the country's key food security challenges. In the region, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says a Zoom meeting with regional heads will not suffice at this critical juncture. Internationally, Zuckerberg testifies in a landmark social media addiction trial. And in sports, West Indies women and Sri Lanka women's cricket team face off at the National Cricket Stadium from tomorrow. It's a vibe from inspired by the heavenly. West Indies whooped Italy. Yeah. West Indies, I think they made 165. We will sing the sweet refrain. Shea Hope 75. Tell them, let them. Italy was bowled out for 123. Knocking on heaven's. Hope that information is correct, yeah? Mama guide me no more. Mama Can, good morning. I know this. Munich. Debbie, how you doing, Pappy? The Sandersons, good morning. Holmesy. Hope all you're doing fine, right? Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Ready to go.
As we look ahead to 2026, we're committed to elevating Grenada's presence on the global stage. Our integrated tactical focus includes media relations, travel trade engagement, sales activation, and digital campaigns. These efforts are designed to ensure visibility and establish leadership in our niche pillar marketing. We invite you to join us on this journey by supporting our initiatives and sharing the beauty of our Tri-Island state with the world. Together, we can make 2026 a year of growth and success for our islands. Whether you're a local stakeholder, a travel enthusiast, or someone who simply loves Grenada, your involvement is crucial to our success. Thank you for your continued support. Let's make 2026 a year to remember.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Grenada, the countdown is on for the most exciting relay showdown in the nation. The IMA National Relay Meet, started for Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 3 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come witness speed, relentless competition, and heart-pounding relays that will keep you at the edge of your seats from start to finish. The island's fastest teams will battle for glory, but who will rise to the top and claim the prizes? You have to be there to see live. Admission finish line $50, main stand $30, secondary stand $20, and bleachers $15. Children 12 and under pay $15 for main and secondary stands and bleachers. Get your tickets. Feel the speed. The IMA National Relay Meet 2026, the ultimate relay experience.
This is the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, 19th February 2026. In the headlines, U.S. places visa limits over Cuban medical worker programs. Government appoints a new board of directors to manage the Spice Mess Corporation for the period 2026 to 28. And the Ministry of Agriculture and the FAO are looking at ways to tackle one of the country's key food security challenges. In the region, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says a Zoom meeting with regional heads will not suffice at this critical juncture. Internationally, Zuckerberg testifies in landmark social media addiction trial. And in sports, West Indies women and Sri Lanka women's cricket team face off at the National Cricket Stadium. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
One step closer to making that dream a reality with competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing. Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one.
Share the great taste of Grace Foods.
Quality nutrition from generation to generation.
The goodness of Grace Foods.
Good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph, welcoming graphics and the team from Hot 98 FM. On the local scene, the United States is placing new visa restrictions on people involved in Cuba's international medical missions, saying these programs exploit Cuban healthcare workers. This announcement comes from the U.S. Embassy to Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean, and the OECS. The U.S. government says many Cuban doctors and nurses working overseas are forced to do so under tough conditions, with the Cuban government controlling their pay, passports, and freedom of movement. According to U.S. officials, most of the money earned from these missions goes to the Cuban government, not the workers themselves. As a result, the Trump administration has put visa restrictions in place for those who organize or benefit from these labor export programs, including officials from other countries who help place Cuban medical staff abroad. The goal is to hold accountable those who support what the U.S. calls forced labor. American officials say they are talking with countries that use Cuban medical workers, urging them to consider the ethical and legal issues. They say strong health partnerships should not come at the expense of workers' rights. The U.S. is calling for changes to guarantee fair pay and better conditions for Cuban medical professionals. Government has named a new board of directors for the Spice Mass Corporation, tasking them with managing Grenada's carnival celebrations for the next 2 years. The appointments, effective January 1st, 2026, were approved by Cabinet on December 22nd, 2025, and published in the Grenada Government Gazette on February 6th. The board will serve until the end of 2028. Kurt Ross has been appointed as chair, joined by Frances Purcell, Delonnie Edwards, Tessa McQuilkin, Dale Neptune, Cecilia Griffith, Lorenzo Sylvester, and Roy McEwen. Other names include Paul Christopher from the Royal Grenada Police Force, Chief Cultural Officer Kelvin Jacob, Dwight Logan representing Carriacou and Pidi Martinique, and a representative of the Grenada Steel Band Association. The notice was signed by Desiree Stephen, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, the Creative Economy and Culture. Under the Spice Mass Corporation Act of 2011, the board is responsible for organizing, managing, and promoting carnival, coordinating festivals and shows, securing sponsorship, and ensuring prize monies are paid on time. The new board will oversee the planning and execution of Grenada's major festival through 2028. A 2-day national workshop is now underway in Grenada, focused on finding solutions to food loss and waste, major challenges for the island's food security. The workshop, held at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort, is organized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry in partnership with the Food and Agricultural Organization and the Central Statistical Office. They won featured technical training on how to assess food loss and use best practices to reduce waste. The second day will focus on national policies and building strong systems to address the problem. Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan said the workshop supports Grenada's efforts to produce more food, help farmers, and cut waste that harms the environment. He pointed out that food lost on farms and in landfills lead to harmful emissions. We have more on this.
Globally, approximately 1/3 of all food produce is lost or wasted. Here in Grenada, post-harvest loss remains a critical bottleneck in our agriculture value chain. This workshop, therefore, is not just an academic exercise, it is a strategic necessity. The objectives, as was mentioned before, over the next 2 days, is to ask the difficult questions. Where are the critical loss points? Is it during harvesting, handling, transportation, storage, processing, or distribution? What are the solutions? Do we need better access to storage facilities, cold chain logistics, processing technology? or better market linkage.
Karen Richards, a representative from the Central Statistical Office, also addressed the session.
This initiative is fundamentally about strengthening national statistical systems. Food loss measurement is not simply a sectoral exercise, it is an opportunity to enhance how we generate, manage, and institutionalize agriculture data in Grenada.
FAO Representative Jacopo Schurch has noted that more than 1/3 of global food production is lost or wasted, affecting farmers' incomes, driving up consumer prices, and increasing unnecessary imports. FAO's Lindis Norland also provided an overview of a food loss project and the agency's role in supporting the process.
The causes of food loss waste are many. They can be inadequate practices in infrastructure, lack of knowledge and awareness, weak institutional and regulatory frameworks, and fragmented pieces and uncoordinated programs. However, each context will be different, and so that's also why we need more data. So because of this multitude of different causes, we both need better data, we need improved practices, we need capacity development and supportive policy environments, and that's the overarching umbrella that we're sort of seeking to reach with this project. The causes of food loss waste are many. They can be inadequate practices in infrastructure, lack of knowledge and awareness, weak institutional and regulatory framework.
The workshop is part of a series of recent initiatives by the ministry focused on strengthening food security, climate resilience, and sustainable agricultural development in Grenada. The Grenada Tourism Authority is headlining again as Stacey Liebert, Chief Executive Officer, will moderate a leadership panel at the Caribbean Tourism Organization's 2026 Air Connectivity Summit in Bermuda later this month. The one-day event, themed Integrating Aviation and Regional Tourism Development, will bring together tourism ministers, airline executives, and aviation experts from across the region to discuss ways to improve air access throughout the Caribbean. Liebert will lead discussions focused on aligning aviation planning with tourism strategies to encourage sustainable growth and long-term economic benefits for Caribbean destinations. Topics include route development, airport infrastructure, and better airlift strategies. Ahead of the summit, Liebert emphasized that air connectivity is vital for tourism development and economic strength in the region. Grenada's involvement highlights its commitment to boosting regional air travel and shaping the future of Caribbean tourism integration. That's the local news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments are straight ahead. In the region, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says a Zoom meeting with regional heads will not suffice at this critical juncture. We have more in this OCM report.
CARICOM Chairman Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says he expects all regional leaders to attend the upcoming CARICOM Summit to be held in St. Kitts, Nevis later this month. Dr. Drew, who is also the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, told a news conference that he would be travelling to the Bahamas and Jamaica today before meeting with the leaders of Guyana and Suriname as part of his initiative to meet eyeball to eyeball with the leaders ahead of the February 24-27 summit. He says he has seen some people suggesting that he should have a Zoom meeting, but that is not what is needed at this time for serious business. According to Dr. Drew, this is a time that leaders sit in a room, close the door, and have frank eyeball-to-eyeball, face-to-face discussions ahead of the 50th regular meeting so that, in a sense, they can put CARICOM on the best footing. The CARICOM chairman said all...
Looking further afield, Mark Zuckerberg, the boss of Instagram owner Meta Platforms, appeared in a California court on Wednesday, defending his leadership of the company in a landmark legal case over whether social media is addictive for children. It is Zuckerberg's first appearance before a jury after years of backlash against Meta, which also owns WhatsApp as well as Facebook, which he co-founded. Meta's lawyers have argued the lead plaintiff in this case, known by her initials KGM, was hurt by other things in her life and not by her use of Instagram. The trial, in which Google's YouTube is also a defendant, is being closely watched for its implications for thousands of similar lawsuits facing social media firms. Rescue teams combing through the back country of California's Lake Tahoe region say they have found the bodies of 8 skiers who went missing in an avalanche on Tuesday. The search for a final missing skier continues, but the person is presumed dead, Nevada County Sheriff Shannon Moon said at a news conference on Wednesday. Officials said one of the deceased was the spouse of someone on the search and rescue teams, making continued rescue efforts challenging emotionally. 15 skiers was reported missing on Tuesday after a football field-sized avalanche came barreling down in the Castle Peak area. 6 have been rescued. And finally, talks between Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. aimed at ending Moscow's war in Ukraine have concluded without a breakthrough. The trilateral meetings held in Geneva went on late on Tuesday but only lasted 2 hours on Wednesday. Although U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff had expressed optimism over the talks, both the chief Russian negotiator and Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky indicated they had been difficult. After the main talks concluded, Kremlin negotiator Vladimir Manditsky returned to the venue and held a closed-door meeting with the Ukrainian side for about an hour and a half. No details from that meeting have emerged. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting segment is straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. In just a matter of hours, the Grenada National Stadium will come alive as Grenada hosts a crucial 6-match multi-format series between the West Indies women's cricket team and the Sri Lanka women's cricket team. Bowling off tomorrow, February 20th, the series will feature 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals, giving both sides valuable match practice ahead of the 2026 ICC Women's T20 World Cup, which is scheduled for this summer in the United Kingdom. Now, while the ODI leg offers important ranking points, much of the attention will be on the T20 matches as both teams fine-tune their squads for the global showpiece event. The West Indies and Sri Lanka are drawn in Group 2 for the upcoming World Cup alongside hosts England and New Zealand. Sri Lanka enters the series seeking to bounce back after a recent series defeat to India, while the West Indies will be aiming to protect their strong home record following recent victories over South Africa and Bangladesh. Cricket fans are expected to turn out in strong numbers as both teams look to build momentum on the road to the World Cup. And unofficially, it is said that West Indies won their 4th straight match against Italy, playing earlier this morning. West Indies they won the toss and opted to bat and tallied up to 165 runs, and Italy was bowled out for 123 in 18 overs. That's the sports. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next. We'll have more sports for you in our luncheon newscast and our prime time later in the evening. And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Vondi Cyrus at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Vondi.
Good morning to you and to your listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, 19th February 2026. It is a fair morning at the MBIA. Winds are from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.2 millibars. That is above normal and rising. The present temperature is 26.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 79%. The highest temperature recorded at the MBIA yesterday was 30.4 degrees Celsius. The lowest temperature was 25.4 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 0.4 millimeters of rain was recorded here at the MBIA, which brings the month's total so far to 20.4 millimeters. Now let's look at the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Conditions will be partly cloudy, breezy, and slightly hazy with light to moderate showers, improving throughout the day. Today's maximum temperature can be around 30 degrees Celsius. Wind east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves up to 7 feet in easterly swells. Thus, a marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be low at 11:15 a.m. and high at 5 p.m. Sunset today is 6:14, sunrise tomorrow 6:26. Just a recap of the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight. Conditions will be partly cloudy, breezy, and slightly hazy with light to moderate showers, improving throughout the day. And just a reminder, a marine advisory remains in effect. From the Net Services, this is Vondi Cyrus, wishing you a great day.
Thank you very much, Vondi. Have yourself a great day likewise. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Get money where you are, almost anywhere you are, send money over with Western Union.
This is whoa, oh, oh, oh. This is whoa. Is Western Union. Send to your friends and your family. With Western Union, we're moving money. No matter where you are never far.
Get money where you are, almost anywhere you are, send money over. Move it for better.
Western Union, moving money for better.
It's 7 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news recap of the headlines. The U.S. places visa limits over Cuban medical work programs. Government appoints new board of directors to manage the Spice Mass Corporation for the period 2026 to 28. And the Ministry of Agriculture and the FAO looking at ways to tackle one of the country's key food security challenges. In the region, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says a Zoom meeting with regional heads will not suffice at this critical juncture. Internationally, Zuckerberg testifies in landmark social media addiction trial. And in sports, all roads lead to the National Cricket Stadium tomorrow as West Indies women and Sri Lanka women's cricket team face off at the National Cricket Stadium. Now, that has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, 19th February 2026. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. To Graphics and your team, I say thank you for spending your time with us. Have a good day now, everybody.
At Sonova, we create human-centered technology that helps organizations work smarter and more efficiently. From software development to digital transformation, our mission is simple: to deliver digital tools that streamline operations and prepare your business for the future. At the core of that mission is Saturn, our flagship platform built for scale, automation, and AI-ready operations. Saturn unifies your digital processes in one place, making it easier to manage applications, approvals, clients, and internal workflows. It becomes the digital backbone that supports growth and smarter decision-making across your organization. If you're ready to modernize how you work, our sales team is ready to help. Call 1473-421-7724 and discover how Saturn can transform your operations for long-term success.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no support you wherever you roll. We'll make your dreams come true. Nexa, 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 next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Get unbeatable value you'll love. Find it only at Quartz. We've got the best range in appliances, electronics, furniture, and so much more with the best quality and the best prices. Get a free gift with purchase on select items. Save 20% on select bases when you purchase the matching mattress. Take advantage of great deals and huge savings. Treat yourself. Keep your cash with Quartz Ready Finance. Unbeatable value only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
Camahorn Boat, a powerful multimedia production, presented at Carafesta 15, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs. One big performance, only at the Grenada Trade Center on Saturday, 7th March at 7 p.m. The Camahorn Boat is the ship of state, Grenada, sailing to its destiny. The Camahorn Boat is a call for unity, an exciting story about patriotism, played out by Grenada's best acting talents, featuring Samuel Ogilvie, Robert White, Debbie Gilchrist, Bianchi Toussaint, Dillian Walters, and others. Come out and join us in celebrating our Grenadianness on Saturday, 7th March, 7 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Admission almost free. Advance tickets are $50, $65 at the door. Your ticket outlets: Giddens Pharmacy Grand Anse, Art and Soul Bookstore, Spiceline Mall, Mitchell's Pharmacy Grand Anse, 3B's Shoe Store, downtown St. George, and other places. Bring out the entire family and enjoy a wonderful evening of Grenadian theater on 7th March at Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m.
My name is Lyselle Walcott. I'm a staff nurse at the General Hospital for the past 16 years. At the Infection Control Department, we do surveillance for communicable diseases or hospital-acquired infections. We do outbreak investigations. So any issues we have, we would investigate it, find out the cause, and we would do recommendations and interventions to all relevant departments. Thus far, with Mount Sinai, we are looking at ways of improving hand hygiene. Hand hygiene has been proven to be one of the most important practices you could do to break the chain of infection. Working along with Mount Sinai, I foresee that it would be a very good thing for us. They are looking into the products that we use, the practices that we do. Going forward, we'll be able to achieve a very high level of compliance and safety across the board for everyone.
The amendment to the existing Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act shall allow for the decriminalization of cannabis in Grenada. It permits the possession of up to 56 grams of cannabis and 15 grams of resin for individuals aged 21 and older.
The amendment allows for the growth of up to 4 cannabis plants per household for medicinal, therapeutic, or horticultural purposes. The amendment provides legal framework for the Rastafari use and cultivation of cannabis as a sacrament in registered places of worship and at exempt events.
Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act also mandates the expungement of past criminal records and the immediate discontinuance of pending court cases for minor cannabis offences.
The amendment replaces criminal charges for those aged 18 to 20 with mandatory rehabilitation and counseling, ensuring no criminal record is created for young adults. Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act centers on the decriminalization of cannabis and not full legalization.
For more information, kindly contact the Cannabis Secretariat at cannabiscommission@gov.gd. The Cannabis Secretariat, guiding responsible cannabis use and awareness.
All right, folks, it's now 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we have a guest that is trapped in the traffic. He will be here, he says, within the next 4 or 5 minutes or so, but knowing the traffic as I do, I'll say 10 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll be talking, of course, athletics. This is the athletic season. So many things are happening. Mr. Kwame Hippolyte is going to be here with us. We'll be talking predominantly the IMA relay meet that comes off on Saturday, but athletics in general will get an insight into what we can expect and so forth. But in the interim, we have a window of time that I'll give you the opportunity to just spark something. Something is on your mind that you think should be addressed and it's not being addressed. This is your opportunity to do that. I want to say good morning to you, Joss Bowen out there. Good morning to you, Jennifer Lawrence as well. Let's go to the telephone line. High Exporters, good morning. Lex and Jonah and Edward, good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers. The news, part of the news about the visa restrictions, that has to be linked with the speech that Marco Rubio gave at the Munich Security Conference, which I think every single conscious person should listen or read the speech. This is no mistake what they're doing. They are going to recolonize the world. And we have to start pretending, whether governments or intellectuals, and lay the facts clearly. This is not no joke. They are recolonizing the world. Read the speech, listen to the remark, very insulting to the memory of our ancestors. Please, this is to listen about labor, about exploitation of labor is a joke. Let us be serious. In fact, that should occupy the attention of all of us. We have been all the gains. This man condemned the liberation movements that got independence and so on. The only civilization that matters is European civilization as far as he's concerned. People wake up. Wake up, everybody from Prime Minister to the ordinary person in the street. We are being colonized, Caribbean people, African people. Everybody, wake up, please. This might be my last call because, we are going into hell with with these people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Loads of passion there. 435-2041. That's the number. It's 19 minutes on to 8 after. Well, just on 20 minutes after 7, actually. Let's head back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. I've been hearing something in the news that had me stunned and just couldn't believe it. Now, all of the students who go to Cuba to study medicine, they come back home and their salaries are sent to Cuba.
No, that's not the case. What is being made a reference to is Cuban medical practitioners who are leaving Cuba to go and work in other Caribbean territories.
Well, I didn't get it that way.
Yeah, well, that's how it is.
Well, then something is wrong somewhere in reading the news. Because
maybe you heard
I'd
wrong.
be looking like a fool to, attacking something like this that ain't true, as you are pointing out now.
Yeah, no, I mean, people mishear sometimes. All right, it's no fool on anybody's part. I read the news, and what it states is that the American government, they are attempting to put visa restrictions on professionals from Cuba who are going elsewhere to work.
Oh, professional. Okay, all right. I'm sorry then if I...
No, that's life. How are you doing?
Beg your pardon?
How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm all right, and I'm wondering again. CARICOM, it's a government should be attacking some of the things Trump been doing, and I've been hearing nothing. But I misunderstood what I heard. Thank you.
That's okay. Have a good one. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you?
I am alive and so thankful. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Listen, I just come back from the Grenada the other day, actually. I really enjoyed myself. And I don't listen to your program when I'm in Grenada because it's very early. Sometimes they are sleeping. But in England, I listen to it because, as you know, the time difference, and it's a lot later, right?
Okay.
But however, I meant to call the station up. 2 things I've got to say. It's an open line this morning, right?
Yes, sort of. Not for the entire program, because I do have a guest coming in shortly.
Yes, right. Okay. The young lady that got killed the other day. I'm from La Poitrie, and or born there. And it's really sad. But listen, when you listen to people talk all kind of different things and all that. But there's 2 sides to a story. I'm just appealing to Grenada ladies, please. If you don't love a man, don't take his money, don't take his thing. Right? Please.
Okay.
That's one thing. The other thing, because listen, this death thing is not going to be the last. It's not the first, and it's not going to be last. So women, take notice, please. Right? Do the right thing. Second thing, Mr. Joseph, I went, and I know it's the 2nd year of the oil down in Paul's Airport, and I'm calling to the organizer that please, I come down there with a Trinidad lady, and we're queuing up for fire, burn out my foot and all kind of thing. And the thing not organized.
What was the problem?
Free food.
Say that?
The thing ain't organized.
What was the problem?
Took you up for, they should have a queue. People paying their money and they getting the aisle down and thing like that. There's 4 people serving and everybody crowd round the park. A surprise accident didn't happen, people ain't falling fire, all kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, understand? It's the 2nd year, I know they have it, but Mr. Joseph, they organized that. Listen, I went to Mount Morris breakfast thing now. That's the organized thing. Please, let we do thing. The woman says to me, me woman, she said, I'm paying for food, you know. It was horrible, and the same part day, but I'm sure they won the competition too, but they were very, very, very disorganized. And you want to hear people talk and shout and bawl and all kind of thing like that. Please,
okay. All right.
If we're going to do things in Paul's Airport, do it right. I know it's the 2nd time they're doing it now.
Okay, right? we'll take that under advisement. All right.
it was a shambles.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning to you, my brother. I'm still waiting on that contact information from you. Don't forget.
Yeah, I sent all the SOS. Hopefully, I'll get it sometime during the course of the day.
I know you will.
Yes.
Quickly, I listened to you in the news, and just like the very first caller, I mean, I was sick to my stomach after what just happened in Venezuela. Totally illegal, totally immoral, taking the people's oil, and to hear the United States speaking about legality and morality. I mean, this is outrageous. This is sickening. How could they have the gall, right, to use those words after what we in the Caribbean just witnessed?
You know what bothers me most? We seem to have a culture that things, people say that will end in 8 days, that would pass in 8 days. I mean, this happened last month.
Yeah.
And I'm not hearing anything from any leader in the region about Maduro. Where is Maduro? He just evaporated into thin air. I'm not hearing anything about
Maduro. What is happening in Cuba?
Yep.
What right does the United States have to be blockading an independent country, a free country? So when you hear people talking about morality and legality, what is legal about what they did in Venezuela and what they're doing now in Cuba? I don't know. I mean, trust me.
It really peeves me, man.
Spiral.
Yeah.
And as the guy said, probably we're heading towards a new form of colonialism. Very, very sickening.
It might be intended, but I don't think they'll have sufficient time. It's already 2 years into the cycle.
I don't know. There are others behind who may be even more radical.
It's crazy.
And more bent on perpetuating that kind of ideology. But
I know you're a man of faith. Keep praying. Keep praying.
I pray. I do pray a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Thank you. I'll hopefully I'll get that number and run it to you later in the day.
I know you shall.
All right, folks, it's 27 minutes after 8 o'clock, after 7 o'clock, actually. Let's take this final call, then we head to a commercial break, and my guest is here. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent, and how are you, sir?
I am alive and so thankful it's not funny.
Yeah, well, this thing is talking about Venezuela and the Caribbean island, and they're not saying it. Let me hear you. You know when you have a dog and you're sucking it at people to bite people? That is what all of those leaders do. They're sucking Grenada to juke and say things at America, go at America. But all of them, when you check them out, all of them is in bed with America. They have something dealing with America. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, folks, 27 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's take that commercial break, and when we come back, we've got our guest, Mr. Kwame Hippolyte.
You've arrived in paradise. You felt the rhythm. Now let's make sure you say it right.
Hey, my name is Florian. I'm from the beautiful Aida Perla cruise ship. So today, like we Germans say, we are in Grenada. But I heard in English it's called Grenada. Say it right. Grenada.
Say it right.
Grenada.
That's right. Grenada. There we go. Say it right. It's Grenada. It's not Grenada. It's Grenada. Say it right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought there was time. He's just pulled out. I don't have time to stop.
Well, come on, mate. It was a simple mistake.
I don't know if I was going a bit slower.
Please. I've got my boy in the back.
I'm going too fast. I'm sorry.
Coming up, fets, pan, parades, soca. Yes, Carnival is in full swing. Artists from all over added their strokes to Antigua and Barbuda's canvas. A boost for these Barbadian projects through the power to make a difference. Equal servings of culture and good cheer. It's Caribbean Passport TV right here on this station.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Thursday afternoon in a 60 zone. This 34-year-old motorcyclist was on his way home. It's our job to work out why he never got there. The rider broke his neck on impact here, having crashed into this car that was turning right. By analysing the impact, we know he hit the car at 30 kilometres per hour. And these marks on the road tell us that he skidded for 21 metres, having braked hard here. When he first reacted, he was doing 68. But let's change one small thing. At 60, the driver would have had more chance to see him properly. He'd have stayed in control and reached this point a moment later. The car would have cleared his path and he'd be home by now. You decide on your speed. The physics decides whether you live or die.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GPN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GPN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gpn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. And as promised, I've got with me in the studio Mr. Kwame Hippolyte. He is the Public Relations Officer for the Grenada Athletics Association. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
I need some of that cream you're using, because every time I interview you, you look younger than the last time. So it has to be the cream.
Oh, maybe you have to come by me and get some hard work.
No. I ain't working hard enough here.
No, trust me. I think that's a remedy, you know.
Hard work.
Yeah.
It could be. But nonetheless, how are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right. That's synonymous to good.
Oh, definitely. I think it's just. Because all the season is hitting up with all the sports and so that is going on, that is happening, and just having to know just one from one to the other.
I try to figure out how you manage, because in addition to all your responsibilities in extracurricular activities, you're also an active principal. How did you all do yesterday in the cricket?
We did good. It's not the results that we preferred, but we're happy that we were able to make the finals. Being one of the schools within the big parishes, to make the finals along with SAS, and at the end of the day, best St. Andrew's school win.
Who won? SAS?
SAS ended up winning the competition.
Okay, all right. I thought St. David's Catholic Sec would have, the way I saw them posting up and acting. That's why they said the noise in the market is not the same. But nonetheless, in the final analysis, cricket won. But we're here to talk athletics.
Definitely.
We're here to talk athletics this morning. We've got so many athletics meet throughout the athletics season. As a matter of fact, we have to push back the Virgin Parish Relay Meet to all in June. All right, it's going to be the wind down event, because so many activities. But we're here to talk primarily about the IMA Relay Meet that comes up this Saturday.
Oh, definitely. It's one of those I would say one of the most exciting events on our calendars. It's just something about relays that everyone is so excited about. I guess it's the trail of the changing of the batons, the teams changing positions, because you have to best put together top 4 persons on your team. So I think that is what would bring the excitement, that the different dynamics that will come within the because at the end of the day, you could have the fastest 4 individuals in Grenada, but they're not able to get that baton around. They cannot be victorious.
Disqualifications and all sort of things. So as it relates to that, right, I'm sort of happy that I have you here this morning. One of the concerns that I have, and it was shared by Conrad Francis, the management of athletes. We have so many athletic events. The schools have the individual athletics championship. Then we have national, the intercall coming up, and among this, so many other events. We're seeing a lot of clubs and so forth participating in events and so forth. But basically the same athletes, the pool of athletes remain about the same. So how important is managing the performances and participation of your athletes to ensure that they get the optimum?
It all comes back. It would have to begin, in my opinion, with the sort of training and preparation that they would have put in, right? Ensuring that they have a very good general preparation, excellent specific, and make sure that the athlete in itself, the whole athlete, is ready. And then the second element, in my opinion, would come down to the goals, aims, and objective of that athlete and the coach for that particular year.
Okay.
And I think that is what would should guide the coaches in the events that the athlete competes in, because as much as you can have 100 track and field competitions for the year, it is down to the coaches and the athlete to select the competitions that they are going to participate in so as to achieve the goals, aims, and objective of the athlete in that particular year, right? The benchmark and parameters may change as you go through the season. An athlete who would like to qualify, let's say, for world champs, during the year, they may have decided to compete in 5 out of 10 competitions, with the hope of, within those 5 competitions, they qualify for the championship. If the athlete achieves that qualification, then they might stick with just the 5 events. But if the athlete did not qualify or is right on the brink of qualification, they might add an event or 2, right? Or it will come back. Let's say they might have had an injury and they stayed out for. So comes down to management of the athletes, and that is critical in terms of the athletes, in terms of their physical, mental well-being, and also the goals, aims, and objectives, and that relationship between coach, athlete, and on the higher level, the athlete managers. Right, it's critical in making those sort of decisions, because at the end of the day, the most important stakeholder in that day would be the athlete, because if the athlete is injured, they can't compete. It doesn't make sense.
In Grenada's context, do we have the luxury of having coaches that are qualified enough to not just to train the athletes or coach them, but like in the physical aspect, but in the overall well-being? And you talk about managers here. Managers would be looking at the wellness of the athletes for financial benefits, because the athlete does well, the manager does well. But in Grenada, do we have that luxury of having coaches that are versed enough to make those determinations?
I think what we have is we have coaches that have been qualified. They are able to. They have been trained in ensuring the physical development of the athletes. However, within the training of coaches, there are aspects that you are going to do in terms of the level 1, level 2. There's those steps that the coaches will do so as to assist the athlete or to develop that aspect of them that might not be a bold and forefront. So they would be able to contribute to those. In addition to that, the Grenada Coaches Association, under the directorship of Ms. Denise Williams, from time to time will hold sessions that will assist coaches in those other areas. And so what you'll find happening is that even though as a coach you may not have those, may not have the skill, the prerequisite skills and so forth in an area, at least you would have some knowledge and be able to contribute. In addition to that, what we oftentimes encourage from athletic association point of view is that our clubs and so forth, they have a cadre of persons around them, and that we've been trying to emphasize having persons at the varying levels, so having an organized club structure in terms of your president and so forth, and incorporating individuals who can assist in that holistic development of the athlete. And in recent times we've seen that before. You had, when it was just the coaches, you had coaches being coach, physiotherapists, everything. But now, having trained locally trained persons locally who's trained in physiotherapy and so forth, they're able to contribute now to that aspect of things, so we can better manage our athletes on that side of things. So while the coaches may not have everything in terms of innate, there have been systems that have been put in place to assist them in contributing to that balance of the athlete.
Okay. Now, from the Athletics Association standpoint, right, I am being presumptuous here that you all are part of a regional and then by extension international body that will have certain guidelines and directives and overview. Now, how much do you overlook the local athletics arena in that the schools programs, the clubs and so forth, to ensure that our athletes are being prepared locally but in an international capacity?
That we oftentimes would do, and mainly be done through the training that we would implement for coaches and stakeholders, bearing in mind what is handed down from World Athletics through NACAC, our regional body. So as opposed to having that direct into some of the local federations. But oftentimes what we would do in terms of from a national standpoint, work with our affiliate bodies such as the Ministry of Sports and now Sports Council, along with the Grenada Olympic Committee, so as to access this sort of training and make available whatever is necessary for our coaches to develop themselves, bearing in mind what is happening internationally and the improvements in science that is being used now for the development of athletes.
Okay. So personally, you're satisfied that athletics in Grenada is on the right trajectory?
Yeah, generally, I'm satisfied that we're on the right trajectory. I think one of the things that, you're already seeing it in recent times that government will have done is the introduction of coaches in some of our, in most of our educational institutions, and that, in my opinion, will contribute even further to the development of the sport, not just athletics, but the other sports. And if we would see that directly when we speak to the at the primary level, where some of these coaches are placed, the improvement in the school's performances at the parish level and ultimately at the national level. So I think we're on the right path in terms of the improvement of athletics, the sport of athletics in Grenada. Could we have done more? Obviously, we could have done more. But I think we're on the right path, and what we have to do now is to look over our strategic plan that we've been working with for the past 2 years, see where we are now, and see what we need to put in place moving forward. And one of the critical things would be, in terms of moving forward, is the infusion of finance, more finance in the sport, improvement in and more training for our coaches, bearing in mind the new cadre of coaches that is coming on board, persons who are interested in coaching, and strengthening the structures that you already have in place and see where there are shortfalls and fill those shortfalls.
I remembered in my day in teaching, you know, I'm making that comparison now to see the level of progress that we've attained. In my day in teaching, we had what we call games time on the timetable, where you just literally take the children from the active classroom and bring them in the past day and play. You know, whatever they chose to play, whether it was cricket today and football tomorrow and so forth. But in terms of discipline, the training per se, in the various sporting disciplines, that wasn't there. So to have recognized coaches assigned to the various schools now is a step in the right direction. Now, you yourself being a principal, active principal, and to a school that I taught in, I know what GSS could be like, but are you satisfied, or are you concerned that whereas a lot of emphasis is being placed on athletics and sports, do you try to keep that balance? Because I keep preaching it that gone are the days where you had to be a principal or a police officer or a doctor to be deemed successful. Athletes and musicians and so forth are the ones making the monies now. But it wouldn't be wise to have a very, very fast athlete that can't count his money or can't talk properly in an interview after he won a race. So are you ensuring that there is this level of balance?
Well, from my...
And when I say you, you personally, but from the Athletics Association standpoint, are you trying to create that measure of equilibrium?
Well, I would say from a principal standpoint, I think all our principals are placing that emphasis on the academics and ensuring that students and by extension athletes have that academic focus because of the importance that we've seen in the past of having the academics in order to move forward with the sport in some instances. So I'm satisfied that that is being done. Do we need to ensure and to be a bit more forthright with it? In some instances, that may have to be the case, bearing in mind the overall general attitude, let me put it this way, of our young people nowadays as it relates to learning in the formal setting and having that attention span to make it through, because I know it can be a difficulty for some students not being able to go through the 40-minute, 30-minute period of time. So that in itself can be a challenge. So it is down to our varying schools now to make and put these structures in place, which principals have always been doing, to ensure that the student is catered for and that there is that overall preparation of the athletes. And what have been happening, I know even at some individual schools, is that they've been having the workshops and sessions, bringing in persons to deal directly with the athletes in terms of developing some of those areas and the soft skills that will go with it. And I must commend the St. Joseph Convent St. Andrew, who had an excellent sports session for their athletes sometime late last year. And we have a number of other initiatives through the Ministry of Education where Mr. Baptiste, Kenroy Baptiste, would have availed himself for schools to assist in that sort of development, the public speaking aspect of things for athletes. So I think there are a few things that are being done. What we may now need to do is to be more strategic with it and have that long-term plan in place so that ultimately the entire individual is developed. But I think we're doing, there are a few things that are happening at the national level. Our athletes go through that rigor and training where they would have those sessions during their varying camps and so forth. But further to that, we emphasize that when they go and attend these camps, that there is the academic aspect that needs to also follow.
Yeah, it's like you're preparing a queen contestant for Majestic Thursday, teach them everything. All right, it's folks, in case you're wondering, I'm speaking with Mr. Kwame Hippolyte. He is the Public Relations Officer for the Athletics Association, and we're talking athletics now. In the interest of time, just 7 minutes left. The IMA relay meets comes off on Saturday, and it speaks well for athletics. I think IMA is posting something at $75,000 towards that meet. We just a couple of weeks ago I read it in the news that Lotto has contributed $375,000 to Intercall. So we're seeing corporate entities coming on board. They're starting to see the importance of sports in general, not just athletics, because we have football teams and basketball teams and so forth. Are you satisfied that sponsorship and so forth is headed in the right direction?
I cut two on that one because I think in the present context and based on where we are in terms of our economy and so forth, one might say that the corporate sector, they are contributing and they are doing well. However, when you look at from my standpoint and the Athletic Association, where you look at the revenue as well as the expenses that comes into the organization of meets of that nature, then there's a whole different conversation that we would have to have, especially if we're talking things like title sponsors and so forth. So I think where we are presently, the contribution is very good, and we encourage that, at the corporate sector, because at the end of the day, if we do not have these clubs and so forth and the avenues for athletes to compete, we are talking about, for example, South City Rising Stars, who may have over 40-something odd athletes. Mr. Max Windu Ace, over 20-something odd, if my statistics is correct. Track Blazers with 40, 50 odd athletes. If we do not have these systems in place for athletes to, for the afternoon, to occupy themselves, we are talking about a large number of young people in our communities with free time on their hand who can engage in different and varying activities.
Idle hands.
And I even want to go even further to say, not just, and based from where I sit as a principal, not just in the physical community, but in the internet online space. There are a lot of mischief that can happen from that side of things too. So having that large number of persons, when you have, for example, in one meet, over 500-600 athletes, 700 athletes in terms of sometimes registered, right? 200-300 athletes. That's a large number of athletes that we have a system in place. We have a sort of structured program that can help in terms of building them as an individual, not just physical, but there's a discipline, there's a commitment, the motive, the team spirit that comes in with it. So. We must support these initiatives, and this is just athletics. We are not talking the other sports that have a number of young persons. So it must be, and it could be a coordinated effort whether it's among businesses, individual businesses who's able to do so. I think that is important. So where we are, yes. Do we need to do more? Definitely. Okay. So there are still some sectors that need to get on board. Yeah.
Okay. Come Saturday, what can patrons expect? It starts 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's exciting really. It's from the first relay to the final relay. Right, full excitement on Saturday, and what we've done is to throw in a bit of the field events there. Some of the field events will be featured at the games also, and the good thing about it is that clubs and schools athletes definitely will be competing for cash prizes. Okay. So that's an extra motivation for them to compete. So we'd expect excellent performances from the athletes, and it would be excitement from the distance medley relays to the all-exciting 4x400 meter relays. Okay. Right.
And what's the cost of entrance?
So cost of entry varies in terms of, for the finish line, it is $50, main stand $30, the secondary stand $20, and bleachers $15. And we have a admission for $15 for the entire for the games for children under 12.
Okay. All right. Who are some of the athletes we can look out for? And I'm not just talking in this relay meet. Who are the budding athletes? The budding athletes this year?
We have the usual, the Christiana from St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School, Shadi John from St. David, Kishana also from St. David's in terms of the female athletes, and these are some of the names that come actively with my brain. I don't remember her names very well. Then in the male side of things, we have a nice cadre of young men in the under 20 category. Ethan Sam, young man from St. John. Right, they have been producing excellent.
They had a good rivalry last year.
Yeah, and I think it's going to even heat up even more. Yeah. This year, seeing some of the times that they would have put down this season thus far, and also in the senior men category, we have a cadre of young men now who has remained in the sport and now competing. Michael, Francois, and so forth from ACE. So what we have right now, right, is a number of athletes who can give excellent performances, even down to the lower categories of under 13 and so forth, the Ronan Lessies and so forth, and some of those names that have been coming through the system from since they were under 9s, right? Then gosh, her name eludes me now. My good friend from she attends the St. Joseph Convent, St. George's. The name eludes me. She's an excellent athlete who came from the primary system from the South St. George Government School, now in the in St. Joseph Convent in Form 1, and she showed up herself as someone who would bring some points home for Convent in the bigger meet of Intercol later in the year. Okay. So we have a number of athletes. I don't think that there would be any single category where you're going to see performance one way outweighing the other.
It's going to be highly competitive. Highly
competitive from the first event. From the distance athletes, we're going to start with the distance athletes. They're going to start off with a medley, right? That will be a combination of the 1500 and 800 meters and so forth. Then we're going to have during the program we're going to have the 4x2s, right? Then the exciting 4x100 meter relays, and then ultimately, we have some medley relays in between, and then you have the 4x4.
4x4. Yeah. All right. What time do you expect the event to conclude?
We're looking at between 7:30 finish. It will be a packed program for patrons, and trust me, the combination of the athlete performance as well as the experience of the games will be so excellent, I think. And when you have IME on board, you just have to look out for some sort of surprise that they might give you at the meet.
I was listening to Carlin the other day, and I understand there's a rhythm section coming down from the Rainbow City, or IMA Rainbow City All Stars, and all sorts of. It's just going to be epic.
Yeah. One of my students sort of hinted me that, so I didn't want to tell you about. So I think they are do from an IMA side of things, they'll be doing a number of things to that experience, because the experience of patrons.
Kudos to IMA, Miss Purcell and the entire team, Miss Burke and the gentleman, I can't remember his name off my head, but good morning and keep on doing what you're doing. They'll be, they've been sponsor for the Virgin Parish Relay Meeting in June as well. So, Mr. Hippolyte, we've made the time. Yes. We've gone past the time. Thank you for, coming out this morning and sharing with us, and we look to see each other on Saturday.
Yes, definitely. I just want to encourage everyone to come and support athletes, support athletics. Let us give our students or athletes the opportunity to showcase what they've been working very hard. I know some of the athletes, they went through the entire year of last year. Some of them started training early as August. Right. So our coaches, that dedication that they are putting in, and that's the only way in which we can support them if we cannot give them that financial support. So just being there would certainly help them.
Tell Coach Paul Philip morning.
That's one of my mentors. So I want to say not just Coach Paul Philip. I want to recognize. I want to give all coaches. They've been going at it and showing with the athletes are registered, right? And there's a group of individuals I want to single out this morning to give full kudos to, is that of our technical team. Mr. Albert Joseph, the team at the meet manager as well as photo finish, and the technical guys, Ted and so forth, Ted and his team, they work in the background. They are at the meets, they are there even way hours before, right? Sometimes, for example, Saturday, they will be there from since Friday,
Okay.
Right, and make sure all the systems and structures are in place. So I just want to recognize them this morning. They are a small group of stakeholders that oftentimes might be missed and forgotten, but I also want to recognize them and also to say kudos to our hardworking coaches. We know and we see the efforts that you put in, and you must be commended.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hippolyte, thank you very much for sharing with us this morning, and we look forward to Saturday. And folks, I urge you and implore you to head on down to the National Stadium to support the IMA Relay Meets this Saturday. That's it for the conversation. Bye for now. The BBC is up next, which is already in progress.